Interface 1000, 1100, 1200, and 3200 low-profile series load cells must be mounted on a surface that is flat and rigid enough so as not to deform appreciably under load. An easy way to obtain the flat rigid surface is by using an interface supplied base or mounting plate. Where this is not practical, a rigid surface equivalent to the appropriate interface base or mounting plate will suffice. Interface load cells respond to forces in the axis perpendicular to the mounting surface. Load cell response to a non-axial force is proportional to that force times the cosine of the angle it makes with the loading axis. Once the load cell is mounted to the mounting structure, it can be secured by tightening the load cell with a spanner wrench using one of the 4 holes on the side of the load cell's base. Now a rod end bearing and jam nut can be installed. Install the rod ending bearing by screwing it into the top of the load cell to the proper depth. Secure the rod end bearing by tighten the jam nut against the top of the load cell with a torque wrench, being sure to use the proper torque specifications. For capacities that are 12,500 pounds force or higher, a torque wrench should not be used or the load cell could be damaged. The thread adapter should be pulled up to 110% to 140% of the load cell's capacity and then hand tighten the jam nut. This will secure the jam nut and the thread adapter to the load cell. The clevis can now be attached to the rod end bearing by aligning the clevis pins holes on both the clevis and the rod end bearing, then inserting the clevis pin. Secure the clevis pin with the supplied cotter pin. Now tension force can safely be applied to the load cell.